Hey there, Christopher Thunder here from the world's dirtiest workshop. I'm here walking on a trail again, and I'm here to talk to you about computers, and more specifically, storage for your personal use. Now, a lot of people who are doing home business stuff, they're going to have files that they find critical to their business. And some people are even required to store files for up to, let's say, 7 years. Now, that's pretty serious stuff. The last thing you want to do is keep one copy of that locally. What you do want to do is you want to have some kind of automated storage system which takes the local copy and moves it up to the cloud. And you want that cloud service to be available 7 by 24, 365, 5 nines available. And it should never ever be lost. In other words, you should have a whole team of people behind it making sure that should something go wrong, such as downtime, that data be restored the way it was and made available again. And this is why cloud services are important. So, how many copies should you have of your personal files? More specifically, the ones for your business. And the answer is not one, certainly not two, maybe at least 3. How many copies am I used to working with? As many as 6. And one of those copies could be on magnetic tape. But we're kind of getting away from those magnetic tape drives these days. And compact discs, well, they don't last very long. They tend to develop holes in them, and then your data's gone. So really what you're looking at here is cloud storage and teams of people that are paid to make sure that cloud storage never has a problem, never has an error. And those storage systems are usually designed with very high redundancy. So should a disk fail, and there's systems that are called RAID systems, what they do is they have an array of disks, such as, say, 10 drives, all in a line. And of those 10 drives, they might have that partitioned into 2 separate environments. And those environments are different. They have different data. They might be for different companies or different businesses, but it's 5 each. And if one of those drives goes bad, they yank that drive, and it's called a hot swap. They yank that drive and they replace it with another drive, and they never go down. So the system stays up, data stays available, and they never go down. And there's a chance that one drive will fail in 30 days, and they'll swap that drive. On a really bad day or a very hot week, you might have 2 drives fail, and it might be 1 drive on either environment, and you hot swap those. Well, if things are really going crazy, you might have 3 drives fail. And if you're smart, like these cloud storage people, they'll have drives on a shelf, and they'll come in and they'll swap those 3 drives, hot swappable, and replace them, and again, never go down. And there are racks and racks and racks of these high capacity drives out there. And there are teams of people that are dedicated to keeping these drives available, operating, and running. Now, there are more advanced systems out there. There's stuff out there that you've never even heard of that's currently running and being tested for enterprise use. I know this because I've seen it. Eventually, those storage systems will come online, and you'll get a feel for what they are. But the next gen stuff is going to be so radically different than what you know that it will be a little shocking. In any case, cloud storage is the way to go. You want cloud storage, and you want an automated system that copies your data from your computer up to that cloud system every day. And you can have it done passively, so you don't ask for it to do it. It just operates. Now, the problem with my local system, I'm working on videos a lot, is that copying of files, that migration of data from one point to another, that interferes with everyday processing. Your CPU can sometimes get really slow when that data gets copied. And I find that rather annoying. So what I do is I mitigate my cloud storage services. And I rely partially on my ability to move a terabyte at a time from place to place. And then the more important stuff, I just copy. It could be 256 gigabytes at a time. And I'll just copy that in one fell swoop. And that works for me. So I have 3 copies. One in one place, one in another place, but both local. And a third copy somewhere out on the cloud, away from my computer, should there be a fire or some other incident. And that incident could be as simple as a dog yanking a power cord and literally tearing the workstation off the table. And I've seen that happen. My father had a brand new laptop on a table, and he had a Rottweiler, and he had the cord draped across from the table to the wall, and that Rottweiler came through with his tail wagging, happy as can be, play, and yanked that laptop right off the table. Well, that's a system down right there. So these things happen. So you want at least 3 copies of everything. And if you're at high risk, like my dad is with his dogs, you want a passive system backing up that data at all times. Now, you, as a user, would want to save off your data from your application every so often. That's the smart thing. Some applications will auto-save every so often. My production studio software, it saves periodically. So even if I go down, I can come right back and I'll be right where I was. I've seen that with iMovie, and iMovie is pretty primitive, but it works. These days I'm using CapCut, which is a lot better. But the point is that should somebody pull a plug on you, or if you have an electrical storm, that you can come back immediately and be right back where you were. And know that you have at least 2 other copies out there somewhere should things go horribly wrong. And that's the right way to do things. Me, I rely less on network and more on my knowledge that I have 3 copies. You might want to rely on cloud services to do such a thing, and you might be comfortable with 2 copies. But if you're smart, 3 copies. And that's just in case something gets corrupt. So you might say, save off your data, right? And you have a crash of some kind, or you might have a virus. And that virus corrupts your data behind the scenes. And then your cloud service comes along and copies that corrupted file up to the cloud service. So now your cloud data is corrupt. Well, what are you going to do then? Well, you're going to have to go back to your 3rd copy, the one that you had taken before the potential virus infection. And that means you're going to have to restore your system, wipe it clean, get the virus off, and then go after that 3rd copy. And that's why you need 3 copies. Thanks for watching. Christopher Thunder from the world's dirtiest workshop. Have a great day. Bye-bye.